Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Serena Harrop. This is my benchmark assignment for TEC 595, my capstone course in my graduate studies at Grand Canyon University for my master's in instructional technology. This would be showcasing my portfolio website. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. You should all have the links within my standards and rationale worksheet. This would be my homepage, just a welcoming mechanism to give you an insight as to what I'm here to do as a coach and how exactly I plan to do that. So without further ado, this is my mission statement. This should tell you a bit more about my driving forces, along with the International Society of Technology and Education standards that I plan to incorporate within my instruction consistently, as well as my attitude towards technology coaching and making sure that you feel welcome as a mentor or a mentee in my profession. So this describes why we are choosing digital media, why we're moving to technology a little bit, the benefits of multimedia technology instruction for students and for teachers. And that is it for my homepage. The rest of these pages are all developed with the International Society of Technology and Education standards in mind. So without any different change, we have our change agent, no pun intended. But here I give a short summary as to what each standard contains without listing the full standard so that we can get an insight as to what the purpose is for the different artifacts that I'm displaying to you guys. So I go over a little definition of a flipped learning model before we get into all the flipped learning resources so that we're not confused. We have a presentation to unplug or to plug on listed. This is listed on my YouTube channel as well. And that kind of gives insight as to why we are choosing to move towards technology, why we are changing our practices from more physical paper to technological advancements in our classrooms. I also have a video presentation I've created on flipped learning as stated above, and that would be, you can click right there for that. Takes you right there. And it's on Prezi. Easy peasy, me again. And then same with to unplug or plug on, that's actually a Google Slides presentation that I did a voiceover for and created into a video. There it is. And then additional flipped classroom learning resources for you guys. Of course, there's an ad for the website that I did choose to use to build my website.
For a major brand with more than 200 million users using Wix.
Okay, Wix is great. I will say it is very professional. So, and this goes over the flipped learning classroom model, why, how, and an overview in a bit of informal format that would help you to understand a bit more. Super cool. Then we have our connected learner page. This is to help deepen understanding with professional learning as far as new practices, innovative practices that keep us connected and keep us ready to go with up-to-date new tools, new tech, new methodologies, new teachings, all in all. So I have my chart attached in a Word document of creativity in learning. And yes, it does have that Grand Canyon University heading on it, but I list different types of technology and how we can creatively use them within the classroom for students. So for my more linguistic learners, that should work out for y'all. And then I have an infographic regarding social networking and gaming in the classroom. Lots of great information there. Lots of research went into that as well as for all my artifacts. I hope you can tell. A bit more visually appealing as well. And if you'd like to read a little bit better, you can just zoom on in. Easy peasy. So there's no need for squinting. And then I have my matrix of learning models and theories, also in a more linguistic and graphic format for you. And it has the different theories, types of learnings, models that can be used, and digital resources and applications that can be coordinating with those different theories, depending on what you choose is best for your classroom and for your age group of students. Then we have my collaborator page. In my collaborator page, I discuss the characteristics of a good mentor and mentee. I give my year-long technology integration plan for you guys also in a Word document so that you can have a template for yourself. Good stuff, good stuff. Then I have my peer coaching techniques infographic. Again, you can just zoom on in to look at that. And then there's a couple pages. So you just click on the arrow to see the other different resources and references. And then lastly, I have another infographic on andragogy versus pedagogy. So adult learning versus children learning for us to understand a bit better, as always. Some fun graphics there too, so make it a bit more interesting to read. There are also a few podcasts, blogs, and resources hyperlinked within the infographics. Some of them you have to wait a little bit, yeah. So you can go ahead and click those. They're hyperlinked within the text. So all you gotta do is click, easy peasy. And then for my learning designer page, I have a presentation on differentiation and distance learning. Again, it's another Prezi video, so you could see more of me talking just like you do now. All the good stuff. Yes, I had different classes. Not important. Then we have an infographic regarding engagement and distance learning. So for those who are going through the distance learning process, here's how to keep your students engaged and ready to learn and still getting a quality learning experience, even without the physical in-person learning format, which, yes, is totally possible. Then we have my collective intelligence infographic as well. Gives us a couple of ideas on how to integrate collective intelligence in the classroom, different methodologies for that. But collective intelligence is a very broad theory in general, so you can integrate it pretty much any way you want, as long as you are following the principles of collected, combined, and diverse intelligences of students, which is awesome. Then I have my professional learning facilitator page. And we have an infographic regarding professional growth and professional learning networks. Lots of fun, lots of research went into that. Oh, and it always has suggestions for you to use in different tools that you can use to integrate these practices. So lots of good strategies there. My year-long technology integration plan, yet again, another Word format, same stuff. My menu of teacher support. So this is for a quick, easy on-the-go support, selecting the issue, different ways to combat those issues in simplistic formats, and then different references for that as well. And then I have another presentation on alternative professional development. And yes, there are captions down here as well that can help a bit. Okay, and then there's more. I have my data-driven decision maker page that does have quite a bit of artifacts, and I know we're running close on time, so we might want to shorten that down a little bit. I have my ISTE reflection journal listed so that you can see all of the research I've done throughout my capstone. I have my professional development feedback survey. So if you do attend a professional development session with me, or even this one right now, you're more than welcome to access my feedback survey to leave feedback. Let me know how I'm doing, what I can improve upon, and what you loved. I also have my digital portfolio on assessment and instructional technology. That is via Google Classroom. So the class code for that is right here for anyone who wants to join. It is a teacher community. So teachers can interact with one another on the homepage in the class comments and get to see that. But then they can also see all the resources in my classwork page. They're organized based off of topics, and then there's resources with accompanying explanations and extra resources for you to explore. So lots of fun there. And then my needs assessment survey. So if you are a school or a district or a classroom that is planning on coaching with me, and you plan on doing some form of session or technology plan format, a needs assessment survey is a must so that I can know exactly what you guys are needing on an individual scale, on a larger scale, and how I can help to address those needs for you. just to make coaching a bit more personal. Digital citizen advocate. I have my Nearpod lesson. Oh, my Nearpod lesson on digital citizenship. My teacher presentation on digital citizenship as well. Digital best practices, it's another infographic, and then digital citizenship and safety resources that you can explore to teach in your classroom and learn yourself, because why not? Then I have all my professional development plan templates there. I have a 3-session template as well as a year-long template. So if you're looking for a shorter coaching method, there's one right there. And if you're looking for a long, broader scale coaching, that would be my year-long template for you. These are all the artifacts that I've created for TEC 595. And then as far as the other pages that I've kept, they were originally created in the old program, but I found them to be very useful, so I didn't want to get rid of them. I felt like they were still applicable to our goals here. So helping you learn more about student technology tools, helping you learn more about different models for technology integration that may work for your classroom, helping you learn more about different types of educational multimedia, how you can use them in your classroom as well. Helping you learn more about web-based environments, what those can look like. And I do have a presentation on that as well. Helping you look at various useful links for you to explore, see what's new, see what might appeal, catch your eye a bit. You're more than welcome to leave feedback for me on my website as well. Just type it and it'll send an email directly to me. So if you also want to chat with me, great way to do that. Or the Let's Chat button at the bottom, it'll send me as a direct email and then I can respond to you as soon as I can. Lots of ways to communicate with me, and all my references are of course listed here. So yeah, as far as professional development, just about any page can be used depending on your needs and helps you to learn. So much more helps me to keep learning as well about what you need as well. But to keep learning on both a small group and an individual basis, this can help me to continue to develop, administer, and evaluate technology-infused strategic plans and all the district and school levels just by exploring each page based off of what the needs assessment shows for what each individual or school level or district level needs, right? So if we're needing to learn more about how do we integrate professional learning, that would be my professional learning facilitator page. Or if we need to stay connected with new and up-to-date practices, lots of resources on my connected learner page that I can then develop professional development sessions from and implement into their schools, classrooms, districts, all the above. We're looking at equitable implementation with the connected learner, with the learning designer page specifically, to help design experiences of learning for students of all needs, students of all ability types, students of all skill levels, students of all different intelligences, right? Because there's not just one type of intelligence, there's so many. So these can help us to design learning in ways that works for all students. Same with my technology models for integration that will help in suiting the needs of teachers and students depending on what they have access to and what works for them. All of these programs that I've also used are free. So everything is free, is out there for you. If it is not, it will say so on the website, but I believe the only programs that aren't free are the microbits and the Makey because you have to purchase those items for coding, but there are also free coding programs on here as well. So just about everything under the sun is free and has unlimited access, which is amazing. So I will continue to implement strategies and new innovations in learning through continual building of my website, continual exploration of these resources, and the new resources that continue to develop and be created over time. I'll keep adding to the website to make sure that it is offered and fits everyone's needs. I can use this as a huge jumping point to continue collaborating with teachers and administrators with what they're most interested in learning in, what they most need for their learning abilities and for their classrooms and schools, but also just for what inspires them the most, right? What they're doing great at. And so what I can learn from them as well and add that to my website through learning from them, because the learning process is a circle, not just a line. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. Sorry I ran a little longer than planned. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to hear feedback from you soon. Thank you.